Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Terima kasih. Thank you very much, pengacara. Respected organizers, panel speakers, and fellows, academicians, and administrators of the universities. First of all, thank you very much for giving us the opportunity to present what we always consider to be an important document from Ministry of Higher Education. That is trying to champion the academic career pathways for our lecturers. Having said that, Ministry of Education never forget the pathway of non-academics who are, who are here. But I think the easiest component that Ministry of Education are addressing is the academic staff pathways. Today, I suppose my role is trying to explain to you the nature of the document that we have. We have actually launched them, and it is available. If you Google Orange Book Playbook, I think it comes on top of the list of Dr. Google. But the full versions of the book is actually being processed for printing. I think they're going to be ready very, very soon, but the soft copy of this book is available, the abridged version. So I'm going to introduce a little bit, and the difficult part of multi-track career pathway will be delivered by respected speakers like Prof. Kamal, Dato, transformational leadership, research leadership, academic leadership. I'm going to touch on the overall framework for leadership excellence and multi-track pathways. And this is going to be, I only have 24 slides, so just to inform you that I'm not going to speak the whole day. And technically my time is finished in 5 minutes time, according to the schedule. But it's very, very important for us to be all in the same page, especially for those of us who have not been into any of the talk related to differentiated career pathway. Before I even forget, if you are academic staff here, please, if your university have not done anything about this differentiated career pathway, go back and ask why they have not done it. So that's my take-home message for you. If they have not done it, probably they have done it, you do not know. But go back and ask at what level, at what stage have the university done this? Because we have launched our blueprint in April 2015, that is easily 1.5 years ago. And it is not an option for university not to do differentiated career pathway. This document, blueprint document, is actually giving a mandate for the universities to actually implement differentiated career pathway. Now, the only thing that the blueprint doesn't prescribe is how to do it. But how are you doing it or not, you have no option. But how to do it is actually your universities are given a lot of doors and windows and ways of actually doing it. Ministries are not going to prescribe how you're going to do it. But it's your responsibility. You are very clever people, which is actually not very easy to manage while actually pandai. But nevertheless, you have to do it. University have no choice, so go back and demand for them. So this is my talk, and this is just to share with you the kind of mandate and the kind of importance this book is. Obviously, as part of the University Transformation Program, everything starts with the Board of Directors. The Green Book is actually addressing how the Board of Directors should behave, should run the universities, take the responsibilities and take the ownership, rather than quote-unquote blaming the government, blaming the secular, blaming this, blaming that. They should take the responsibility and engage the university's stakeholders. So governance are for the board of directors and university management. Academic productivity is basically for university management. How can they be more productive? Income generation, well, that's a different topic altogether. Very important now in the light of, you know what I mean, the budget that we are having now, and the Orange Book. And the Orange Book are actually for us, for all of us. It is not about the management. It is not about the board. It is not about the deans, but it is all about us. So it is touching on every one of us. So this is why it is very important. And do you know how many of us in the country, the lecturers? We are 72,000 strong communities of academic staff and lecturers. And public university alone have 32,000. That alone is actually very, very big. So this is addressing, and how many deans and how many vice chancellors? We have only very few, right? But lecturers, we are talking about 32,000. So this is a very important and very significant. And what is also important is that, it is not the mandate by the Ministry of Higher Education, to be honest with you. If you look into the survey that we have actually done, it is actually the desire of academic staff. Based on Carnegie Morgan statistical model, we only need, based on 32,000 academic staff that we have, we only need 3,000 respondents. But we keep it going until we get to 5,000. Obviously, the trend of the response did not change, even we get the response beyond the 3,000. So this is the kind of response that we are having, and you can see very, very clearly. This is obviously at the national level. We call this a national average, and it is quite obvious that many wants to be recognized as passionate educator. I'm going to zoom into this because how many universities are actually promoting our staff because they are excellent educators? How many of us? And how many of us have even right criteria, have made the right move? And so, but again, the desire of our academic staff are actually along the line. We are there in the first place. Our first core business is actually teaching. But then our evaluation, our promotion are completely, or maybe have little to do with excellence in teaching. And again, if the given choice, this is almost similar percentage of people. And what's more important is that more than 86% of the academic staff say that they want this to be implemented. They want this to be implemented. So university and university management, I think we have a lot of top ranking. We have Penafta here that is actually managing this. Our academic staff wants this to be implemented. We may not be able to implement fully, meaning to say all the 4 tracks are ready now or are ready next year, but at least we have 2 tracks ready. Research and also teaching. If we resolve the research and teaching, we are resolving more than 80% of our staff population. Yeah? So this is very, very important and for us to actually move ahead and forward. And the way we have actually developed this playbook is that we have actually engaged the authors. Yeah? The ministry do not write this book. Ministry only manage them. Yeah? But the brains and the minds are a mix of, for this range book. We have registrar, we have professor of Anugerah Akademi Negara standing, and also young lecturers. From professor to young lecturers, the aspiring lecturers, they are part and parcel of the authors who write the book. And we have a lot of collaborative engagement. And at the end of the draft, we even send them to reviewers who have never been engaged with this book. And the reviewers are professors and also young academic staff to see how this book is can be used and are relevant to them. So we have done this, and hopefully the document actually strong enough for you to use as a guide. You don't have to follow this document naturally, but there are a lot of best practices that we put into this document that can help you doing it rather easily. One university probably takes 2 years to actually implement, from planning to implement it. Maybe with this playbook, hopefully, your university can start implementing it after 6 months or maybe at maximum 1 year. From the moment the word go, we want to implement this, and hopefully within 6 months or within a year, this differentiated career pathway can be implemented. Okay, I'm going to talk about what is differentiated career pathway. This is a very important concept because I can see that many has been misinterpreted, the concept of differentiated career pathways. And I'm going to talk about the concept. I'm going to talk about how do we implement it as examples of best practices, an important part of developing sustainable leadership and also the way forward. So now, why talent excellence is important? We know that institutional excellence are also very important, right? What makes institution excellence? Who makes institution to be excellence? It is the people. It is the staff. Yeah. If the staff are not excellent, or they are actually being measured differently, or not aligned with institutional excellence, they are going to go in different way. So it is very, very important. And let me put this very, very clear that talent excellence here refers to